Let's look at some more global stories, starting with some important macro cues this morning. The job openings in the US fell to the lowest in nearly 2.5 years, and that has strengthened expectations from the Fed to keep the rate steady next month. The job openings in July stood at 8.82 million, following the 9.16 million mark in the previous month and below the expectation of 9.46 million.
And US regulators unveil plans to force regional banks to issue debt and bolster their so-called living wills. Now, this step is set to protect the public in the event of more failures, and American banks with at least $100 billion in assets would be subject to the new requirements. Remember, these plans are now a part of regulators' response to the regional banking crisis that flared up back in March.
And staying with banks, some Chinese state-owned banks will soon be lowering their interest rates on existing mortgages, and this comes as Beijing ramps up the efforts to revive the debt crisis-hit property sector and bolster a sputtering economy. Now, if this is implemented, this will be the first such move in China since the global financial crisis.
And shifting focus to stock-specific action then, in a bid to ramp up its AI transformation, Google is now adding artificial intelligence tools from Meta and Anthropic to its cloud platform, positioning itself as a one-stop shop for cloud customers seeking to tap into the technology. Google's cloud clients will now have access to Meta's Llama 2 language model as well as Anthropic's Claude 2 chatbot.
On to retail giant Walmart, reports suggest that the company is asking some 16,000 pharmacists across the US to take voluntary pay cuts by reducing their work hours. Now, the move comes amid their efforts to lower costs. The said cuts are aimed at pharmacists who fall in the higher wage bracket, highlighting the new pressures at Walmart pharmacies.
And shifting focus to cryptos then, a federal appeal court ruled that the US SEC must review its rejection of Grayscale Investments' attempt to launch the first Bitcoin ETF. The legal victory now paves the way for a spot Bitcoin ETF, which of course advocates have long argued that will generate more public interest in the crypto asset without having to buy it directly.